Dear friends, thank you so much for your likes, comments, and support. Your activity inspires me to create more videos that help us change from the inside out. Every like, comment, and subscription is like a breath of fresh air from my channel. I am truly grateful for your support. Today, we will talk about an unusual topic: why emotions are not our enemy, and how the ancient philosophy of Stoicism teaches us to not suppress them, but turn them into fuel for our conscious lives. This conversation can change your thinking and attitude towards yourself. If you have ever felt overwhelmed by anxiety, anger, resentment, or fear, this video can help you find inner freedom. Watch it to the end, and you will discover powerful practices from the Stoics that still work today. Please support this video if it resonates with you. And I sincerely wish you a wonderful day, a clear mind, and a strong heart. Remember, there is more strength inside you than you can imagine. Let's begin. In our culture, we often hear the phrase, "Don't let your emotions get in the way." Emotions are seen as something weak and interfering. But let's consider this. Are emotions really our enemies? The Stoics, philosophers from ancient times, lived through suffering, war, betrayal, and loss. Yet they didn't see emotions as evil. They saw them as signals, like fire, which can both destroy and warm. Emotions can either harm or strengthen us, depending on how we handle them. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, said, "Events don't bother people. It's their thoughts about events that do." This is key. Emotions don't just appear out of nowhere. They arise from our thoughts and how we interpret events. Imagine you're running late for an important meeting. One person is angry, the other is calm. Why is that? Well, the first person thinks, "Oh no, I'm going to get fired." The second person, on the other hand, thinks, "Well, this happens sometimes. I can explain myself." Their emotions differ because their thoughts are different. Stoicism doesn't teach you to become a stone. It teaches you how to be like a captain in a storm. Emotions are like wind. You can't control them, but you can control the ship. One of the great Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, said, "External events should not disturb your inner peace." It's not about being indifferent, it's about being strong. He had lost children, fought in wars, and faced betrayal. But he remained calm. That's because he knew how to look at emotions like guests. They come and go, but he was the master of his own house. We often think that our emotions will stay with us forever, but this is an illusion. Think about the last time you were angry or frustrated. Where is that anger or frustration now? It's gone, and everything passes. The Stoics referred to this as the fluidity of nature. To help manage our emotions, the Stoics suggested some practices. First, practice awareness. When you're feeling intense emotion, stop and ask yourself, "What am I feeling right now?" This helps you step back and realize that you're not the anger or frustration, you're a person experiencing those emotions. Another practice is changing your perspective. Emotions are influenced by our thoughts, so changing how we think can change how we feel. For example, instead of getting angry with a friend who's late, try to understand why they might be late. Maybe they had a good excuse or they just didn't want to disappoint you. This can help you avoid getting stuck in anger and instead focus on understanding the situation. The third practice is acceptance. Stoics taught that resisting emotions increases pain. When we accept an emotion, we stop fighting it and it starts to retreat on its own. A modern example of this is sports. Athletes may feel fear before a big game. Those who resist this fear lose focus and concentration. But those who accept it and say, yes, I'm feeling worried and that's okay, stay calm and perform better. Stoics also say that emotions are teachers. Every time we get angry, we should ask ourselves, what does this anger want to teach us? Maybe we're too dependent on others' opinions, or maybe we need to stand up for ourselves more. Emotions help us identify our weaknesses so we can work on becoming stronger. Imagine there's an inner council of wise people inside you. Whenever an emotion arises, don't push it away. Instead, invite it to the table and listen to what it has to say. Listen, but make your own decisions. This is called emotional mastery. We are often afraid of our emotions because we believe they will make us appear weak. However, strength is not about the absence of emotions. It is about being able to feel and still make wise decisions. Another tool that can help us be more stoic is evening reflection. Every day at the end of the day, we should ask ourselves 3 questions. How did I feel today? Why? And how could I have responded more wisely? This helps us develop awareness and train our thinking. In today's world, we are surrounded by many temptations, such as news, social media, and criticism. These things can affect our emotions, but it is in these situations that it is important to be stoic. It means not giving in to our first impulse and maintaining inner clarity. A real-life example is a woman who yelled at a man in a queue for allegedly breaking into her space. Instead of reacting with aggression, the man said, "It must have been a difficult day for you." The woman started crying and admitted, "You're right. Sometimes calmness is the best thing we can offer another person." The Stoics were not perfect. They were human, with all the emotions that come with that. They felt anger, fear, and sadness just like anyone else. But they knew that these emotions were temporary and could be controlled. They realized that they were stronger than their emotions and that they could choose how to react to them. Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions or denying them. It's about learning to manage them and use them to your advantage. By understanding what triggers your emotions and how to respond to them, you can become more emotionally resilient and in control of your actions. Emotions are like waves in the ocean, constantly changing and moving, but you, as the ocean, are constant and unchanging. You can choose to let the waves come and go, but you yourself remain steady and strong. So, if you want to achieve emotional freedom, stop trying to control your emotions. Instead, learn to understand them and let them flow through you. Choose how to react, not let them react for you. Remember that you are the master of your own destiny, and you can choose how you want to live your life. And if this video receives at least 10 likes, I will create a new video on the topic, How the Stoics Dealt with Anxiety. Lessons from ancient times for a world that is constantly changing. Believe me, it will be a video that will serve as an anchor in times of uncertainty. Your support is what keeps my channel going. Thank you for your attention. Remember, there is great power within you. Every day is an opportunity to discover it. See you soon!